and good afternoon. Welcome to another fresh and insightful episode of HR Voices. This episode of HR Voices is presented by Centurion University. HR Voices is an attempt to gather knowledge from the top national and international HR leaders, CXOs, academia, and thought leaders from various sectors to understand how the people management landscape is changing today. Today, we are diving into a topic that's more critical than ever: the powerful intersection of industry and academia. We often hear about the need to bridge the gap between corporations and universities. But what does that actually look like in practice? To explore this, we have two distinguished guests today joining us. Ms. Ruhie Pande, the Group Chief Human Resources Officer and Chief Marketing Officer at Sterlite Power, spearheading talent strategy, culture, media, and communications for the group. She brings a wealth of 2 decades of experience in financial services, real estate, fashion retail, IT, and FMCG. We also have with us today Dr. P.K. Mohanty, the Vice Chancellor of Centurion University of Technology and Management, Andhra Pradesh, who is shaping the minds of the next generation of leaders. Together, they'll share their unique perspectives on why these collaborations are essential, how they are making them happen, and what it means for the future of talent, innovation, and education. Here's the conversation. Good afternoon and welcome to HR Voices. Welcome on the show, Ruhi, and welcome, Dr. Mohanty.
Thank you, Bilquis.
Thank you, Bilquis. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. It's our privilege to have you with us today. Ms. Ruhi, let's talk about the most pressing business need that we have in the corporate and in the corporates and in the industry at the moment. Please share your perspective on the current state of talent market and the most significant skill gaps that you are seeing in the industry.
Yeah. So, no, Bilquis, I think it's a very talent-starved market the way I look at it today. I currently represent the energy sector, and we're like hiring, there is a need for us to get on board thousands of people, year on year. But sometimes I lack when I look around and I see the industry fundamentally lacks a lot of specialized courses which are tailor-made to the reality of what we do, the kind of skills we actually need in our jobs to what is fundamentally available. So that's one clear area. The second is with the advent of AI, how do we get this human digital hybrid skill set? So in our work, there is a lot of community engagement and stakeholder management. And thereby, it is very imperative for us to get people who have technical digital expertise, but also are able to manage this ethical handling of the community, ethical handling of our stakeholders. So that's the second fundamental skill. Uh, One part of my businesses which I handle is a renewable energy company, and fundamentally, when I look around and I say if I need to get a thousands expert in renewable energy, our dream is to provide round the clock energy to our customers. Then from where do we get this? And a renewable energy platform like ours, like Serentica, is solving the decarbonization challenge of the globe. So where am I expected to get talent which meets that requirement, right? Uh, I think we fundamentally now in corporates need to shift our focus from hiring only for a job description to cultivating a workforce that is perpetually learning and future ready. So
Right.
that's the kind of the fourth gap which I see. However, we very, very strongly believe that partnerships with academia, getting a lot of this talent right at the beginning of their careers is something we need to invest in. And it would be amazing to hear Mr. Mohanty's views on that as well.
Fantastic. That sets the tone of the entire conversation and the background also. Dr. Mohanty, I want to come to you now to understand, as a Vice Chancellor, your perspective. What is the core mission behind fostering deeper collaborations with the industry? And is it about students' employability, their, preparing the students for the future? What is it? What else is there on your mind, if there is something?
Yeah. Before I come to your answer the question, I'd like to once again thanks to Bilquis and Ruhie for having this session with me. Well, if you look at the entire education ecosystem, I believe that industry is one of the key stakeholders to take care of the knowledge gap or equal skill gap or competency building process.
Yeah.
If you want to create the difference in terms of the role clarity, I believe the university has always been a creator of knowledge and transmitter of knowledge through their students and the products. What industry does, it test and validate that knowledge which has been transferred from university, and then also they do refining and practicing and give a feedback to the educational institute. This is what is the gap and you need to work on it. So this is a kind of collaborative relationship in building new knowledge and transferring into the youth of the current to see the solve the problems of society and industry. The second aspect, if you look at the collaboration, which we look at in terms of research and idea transformation between industry and faculty resource, which is a very important thing today itself, because I think the together can solve the social problems and address a lot of SDG issues or environmental issues and create an impact in the society. The third thing is I look at today, as Ruhie mentioned about AI and the reskilling and upskilling part of it. I think university has a role to that, and where we do in Centurion University, we collaborate with industry to reskilling and upskilling of the people who are already working in industry with the new technology. So that helps the industry to perform better with the existing manpower, and plus bringing new fresh energy to the platform. So I believe these are the key things which you can understand. I mean, believe that both industry and university together are going to solve the problems. And at large, it's about innovation, it's about competitiveness, it's about sustainability. And I think both, when they are in same platform, it helps a lot.
Fantastic. Ruhi, your point of view, we would like to understand what is the primary driver for seeking the partnerships with academic institutions? And is it just about talent acquisition, R&D, or something else? Please let us know.
I think because what it helps organizations do, and definitely supports me in my role as a CHRO, is one, you get talent with a very open and free mind. They are like very fertile soil and ready to be kind of assimilated into a very unique culture. So that's number one. You can then build a future ready talent pipeline, people who come in, who learn the way of working with you, and also are able to assimilate your unique culture. So that's a very big thing for me. The second is it's a very strategic imperative. I think gone are the days where you could look at your entire capability as saying, I'm only going to hire laterally. Because one, you're being very reactive, and number two, you're not able to plan for the future. So if my vision is over the next 2 to 3 years, can I eradicate the need for myself to hire, except if I need experts? And can I build this entire funnel with the support of getting fresh talent and fresh thoughts from the market? The third point is these people, because they've just come out of colleges, have a very unique academic bent of looking at things. They get a very fresh perspective, and then they get diversity of thought to the entire organization. And oftentimes, when I'm speaking to interns, or I'm speaking to my fresher intake, and we do a lot of that, they look at a problem very differently, right? Last but not the least, like I told you earlier, that a lot of our work is with communities. So humanizing this entire power industry, working a lot closely with the communities, I feel like it's a personal passion for a lot of these people. They value what they are able to contribute back to the society. So there is a very clear meeting of purpose. Yes, in order to facilitate me to take more intake from academia, where I expect that academia should partner with us, is to show a little bit more flexibility in the way they are designing their curriculum. and I'll speak more about it maybe later in the podcast, is how are they able to set the students up for success by providing them some real life challenges right up front. So when they are coming to us at the corporate, it's not like a culture shock for them. So, yeah, so building a future ready talent pipeline, the right culture, getting new ideas, I think all of these are why we would look at seeking partnerships.
Fantastic. You briefly spoke about flexibility, and my next question to Dr. Mohanty is about flexibility. How do you, as a university leader, communicate the value and necessity of these partnerships to faculty who want to focus more on the academic freedom and not on the things which are required actually in the practical life at the corporates? How do you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this very good element that you mentioned. And of course, I'll take a clue from Ruhiji, he mentioned about community engagement program. I think the resource, if you look at the universities, are faculty members who are the key persons to, acquire knowledge and, build competency within themselves and then transfer that to the students. So when the faculty, we look at to the industry strategically in what we do in Centurion University is one, is that we request our industry partners that build a course what you expect related to your competency mapping. And that courses faculty and industry build together. We call it as normally domain courses. It could be in the technology form and wherever we think that the somebody from industry and our faculty will build a course. And we have done like more than 30 such domains with the collaboration of industry. And these collaborations have created knowledge in terms of the courses, content, everything. And then we request the industry partner to deliver. And while delivering it, what we said is build, train, and transfer. It's a BTT model where the content curriculum is built by industry in collaboration with their faculty. Then it's a joint delivery to the students, where students learn at the same time the faculty also learn. And then after a period of time, it becomes a autopilot mode where it is transferred to the faculty to take care of everything. So this is one way we are getting a lot of support from industry, building this kind of in-house competency through research, through domain activities. The other part which you're talking about, the community engagement program and all, we are getting a lot of industry support in terms of working with our community. Be it, let's say, health and well-being is one of our core strength in Centurion University, apart from skilling ecosystem, where we are doing a health checkup camp, going to the community villages and there, because we have a workforce like students who need to be trained in this kind of real-time environment. And at the same time, we give a service to the community. So this is again has happened because of the industry sponsorship, where they have supported. We have a vehicle called Health and Will. So one of the industry partner has given the entire establishment, which we make use of it for community engagement program. So these two important elements I look at, where faculty and industry experts work together in building domain competency, doing research projects together and trying to solve a industry problem, or rather I would say social problems, plus community engagement program.
Fantastic. You very well you spoke about the ideas on how the faculty can be brought onto the same platform. Do you mention briefly about bringing the culture in students in their own their lives, how they can work in the corporates? The pace and priorities of a corporation and the university may differ greatly. How do
Yeah.
you, as a CHRO, bridge this cultural gap and ensure there's a mutual understanding and respect between the two parties?
Yeah. So, I think as students navigate their way out of campuses into corporates,
Yeah.
I feel like there is a need for corporates to handhold them a lot.
Yeah.
Your academia values inquiry, long-term discovery. Corporates value speed and execution, right? And there is obviously an innate need in corporates to work through people. Nothing can be done in isolation. So that often I've seen creates a little bit of a dilemma in the student's mind. They suddenly come to a very complex situation, everyone's busy. Thereby, it's very, very important that there is a lot of handholding which happens. So when we get our campus intake in, we run extensive 10 days campus to corporate programs, which essentially talk about the need to collaborate, which impart interpersonal skills to them, which have sessions about understanding your own drivers, motivation. So a lot of self-reflection, a lot of work on how they can work with the people around them, how do they influence, how do they collaborate. So I think that's number one. The important thing with a lot of these students is that they are closely buddied, they have mentors, and on multiple occasions, both these are very separate concepts. So, buddies could be people from previous batches of their colleges, mentors could be industry experts. So, we like to do a blend of both. Uh, the third thing is constant counseling, and it needs bandwidth and effort. So if they, because they need to understand the business, they need to meet different people, and sometimes I've seen they're just not able to manage this interpersonal issues or challenges very easily. So how are you able to counsel them? How are you able to connect with them? Another important factor is, are you able to, is the corporate or the organization able to show them the larger purpose and vision? A lot of the current generation, Gen Z or Gen Alpha, truly believe in purpose. So more and more talking to them about the larger purpose of the organization. So, whenever you talk to them about the climate change, decarbonization, our larger level purpose at the organization, I genuinely see that they start connecting, with the overall program, with the overall organization. And last but not the least, I would say that giving them meaningful exposure and giving them maybe a very well-rounded program which not only exposes them to their core function but also other facets of the business, thereby truly creating a leadership pipeline for the future, and creating an environment where they are not judged. They can just come in and be themselves. If you bring them in for a skill to add value and be able to give great ideas, but you create an environment where there's no psychological safety, it's a win-lose. So creating that environment, talking to them, seeking their ideas, giving them opportunities, I think these are multiple ways in which you can help them make this transition.
Fantastic, Ruhie. That was a very comprehensive answer. Dr. Mohanty, my next question to you is that beyond traditional degree programs, how you are integrating the needs of the industry into the curriculum? Are there examples of any co-designed courses or research or industry-led projects or any other programs that you have started or you can think of starting them?
Yeah. Well, I think this is already integrated into our higher education model. As a skill university, we have created a lot of skill courses, which is actually mapped to NSQF level, related to different sector skill council at higher education level. So that validate the industry specific competency that they look for, and that courses are already built in our curriculum system, which we offer. And we always encourage at least one skill course in each semester where students get to learn about what exactly that area of expertise industry are looking at. On top of that, again, I was mentioning about the domain courses, which is again giving more in-depth knowledge through capstone project. Now, online courses are always considered, of course, as a method of self-running plus value addition, because you can't replace the existing teaching pedagogy of classroom learning, doing hands-on experience of a real-time operating machine, if I talk about any engineering, or maybe in allied health, let's say students working on a hospital and getting real-time experience of managing the OT, or maybe a kind of medical equipments, or even the patient and all that. That requires a kind of very much hands-on experience, which you will never get in online courses. So we have integrated into different, because we have built our entire curriculum in the form of choice-based credit system, which is, we call it a CBCS model. And we have allocated different basket for each of these curriculum courses, which comes in normally in our case, it's a basket 5 courses. We have introduced MOOC courses, which we are giving online courses and giving encouraging industry certification, particularly in various domain specific. and gives extra credit, and also helping our students to learn exactly which technology current the industry is looking at, and that build the expertise in and around the need of industry today. So industry certification is included in our curriculum. Skill course of sector skill council are also included. Plus domain we have introduced, which is building a competency in specific technology area. If I say it is AI, ML, or cloud computing, or maybe and cyber security, or be it blockchain, all of these have been built around those courses, which is a part where the online courses also as a part of it, and certification is also mandatory for this, because that gives a recognition in industry that you are certified by so and so industry for this particular skill course. So this is already built into our curriculum system, and we are taking advantage of it, and couple of industry are our partners to offer this with a special benefits to our students.
That's really good to know. Wonderful. Uh, we spoke about technology very briefly, AI also. And Ruhi, you mentioned about Gen Z and Gen Alpha expectations also. Now, diving deep more into it, from a company's perspective, how are the Gen Z expectations directly impacting your hiring and your retention strategies?
Yeah. There's a lot of research and all some positive and a lot negative about Gen Z's, their life priorities, and, what is it that they like doing, and, how do corporates work around. But the reality is that is the workforce coming into, your organization. And extensively, when you hire people from that generation, there are three, four things which are very, very critical. One, like I told you early on, they want to see the connect of their work to a larger purpose. If you just give them tasks and expect that they will deliver it, that's not what they are in for. Connecting each person's job to the larger purpose of the organization, it is what they will genuinely thrive in. They value flexibility.
Yeah.
So you can't, we're a no mustard organization. We don't track punch in and punch out. And Gen Zs definitely don't appreciate that at all. They like flexibility. They are very clear that you will tell us what the deliverables are. We will be able to deliver it for you. But if you say, please come to office and just spend 10 hours, that's not something which they thrive in. Thirdly, they love giving opinions. Okay, they have very strong views and opinions about anything ranging from employee benefits to career trajectory to growth, and they want to be heard. So creating multiple forums where they can interact with leaders, they can share suggestions, having active listening tools to take their feedback is very important. Uh, I think it's a generation which is uh, definitely a generation which values people respecting them. So
Yeah.
having an environment where it doesn't matter what your opinion is, but you're heard, and that level of respect is given to them. So I think that's important. And I would say empowerment. The more you are able to allow them to take decisions, of course, within boundaries, the more they will thrive. So I think as long as these few things are taken care of, sorry, last but not the least, they are the most excited about volunteering. So they ask questions about sustainability index. They ask questions about diversity, equity, and inclusion. So they obviously are people who value volunteering. They value other aspects of the organization. They value ethics. So the more you are able to tell them, the more you demonstrate all these areas. I would say you're ready for getting Gen Zs in your workforce.
Fantastic. There's one more aspect which I feel has really, it's the buzzword, the well-being
Yeah,
factor.
yeah, of course.
Gen Z especially thinks about well-being in a
Correct.
very different manner. What
Yes.
is your view about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I mean, they are people who have very clear demarcation between work and what their personal passions are, and I totally support that. They are not shy of discussing things like mental health. They speak about it very openly. There was an era, and a lot of people would think mental health is a taboo. Gen Zs, if they are stressed or they need help or they need counseling, they are absolutely open to talk about it. They have passions, they have hobbies, and they want to pursue it. So they want time off to pursue all these things. And if you ask me, Bilkis, I think they're very, very healthy things to do. So you need to have the right support forums for them to be able to speak. You need to have the right mental health platforms, both accessible to all or at various specific life stages. And you need to, like I said, you need to have flexibility in how they work in the organization. If all those are there, then I think they'll thrive.
Fantastic. Dr. Mohanty, your views about it, how the Gen Z expectations, how these expectations have influenced their choice of education. There are multiple streams which were not even available or thought about earlier,
Yeah.
which are coming up now. What do you think about it?
Well, I think this has become a challenge, and of course, it has brought a reformation in the process of academic institution, where every institute now looking at the multidisciplinary approach of offering curriculum. And that's what I was talking about, choice-based credit system. Today, youth have understood their aspiration and their passion. Now they want to link it together. Sometimes we have seen students get influenced and they join a particular program because of different reasons. But then when they got into the program and then see the kind of platform available, then they try to connect their passion into a kind of aspiration in terms of career perspective. I'll give you, there are quite many examples in Centurion University. I'll give you cite one simple example. I remember we had a student who was doing diploma mechanical engineering, I think around 2016, 17, something like that. He started looking at the blockchain and all of these and started taking interest. And we conducted one of the awareness seminar that time to know what is happening in the blockchain team. This guy was identified and taking a lot of question and interest with the speaker. And then you won't believe it, he is a diploma mechanical. He learned it and then he became a trainer in our university in blockchain area. I mean, it is nothing to do with his degree or education. He's a diploma and that to mechanical engineering. Blockchain is no way connected. And it was absolutely new for everyone to the university as well. But he built it and he is one of our trainer today in blockchain domain. So that speaks that what the Gen Z are expecting. So it has become a challenge for the university to meet their expectations. So you have to create, you have to create, open up a kind of buffet or a kind of courses where, they will explore what they want to do, what they need to learn. And that is what is the career. It's nothing to do with your degree, what they're carrying it. And that's how we have made it also. We have aligned to national education policy way back before the policy came. So degree is nothing. It's just about a kind of recognition of your education effort that you have spent. But yes, what competence you have built in is open to anybody. So today, my computer science students are learning bioscience engineering. Is perhaps no way pure computer science, but they are getting into biomedical, bioscience, and all these fields. That's because of their passion and interest. And this is what is a mandate for the university to change their entire ecosystem to build around the aspiration and the passion the kids they have today. And then only we can sustain in the market. And that's what everyone has to do it.
Fantastic. So we can say that they don't shy away from following their passions.
No, not at all. I mean, I think then
Yeah.
it's become a suicidal for university and for the students also. They'll get fed up with it, traditional education. You have to give them a scope to go what they want to learn. It's like wherever they feel like here the knowledge which I am looking at, I'll get into that classroom and start learning. And we have created that opportunity in our choice-based system, and we give them credit beyond whatever.
Fantastic. Uh, we have come to the final questions now. Ruhi, my final question to you is that what is the ultimate benefit and return on investment that you look at as a CHRO from a successful industry and academia association?
Yeah, so Bilkis, I think they are two-pronged in my opinion. One is a very straightforward answer, which I told you some time back. How are we able to create a leadership pipeline? Uh, a future where our leaders are joining us at their entry level, getting exposed to multiple areas, multiple disciplines within the organization, and becoming the holistic business leaders of tomorrow. Second is it gives you the access to completely different innovative ideas, which a lot of your, which a lot of people who exist in the organization may not be able to think through. Last but not the least, it also gives gives you an opportunity to create a workforce which is both very innovative, understands the fundamentals of community, ethics, and many other important facets, culture, as well as can be potential future leaders in the future. So that's number one. Number two is another way in which we partner with academia, which I didn't speak about earlier, is using the young and bright brains who are sitting out of colleges to solve real world problems for corporates. So we do a lot of hackathons with IITs and multiple other colleges whenever we need a new product or an innovation or we need to shorten a process. We go out to the bright students in the colleges and give these challenges out. So these are various case studies, methodologies, and you get bright ideas, and the students, of course, get an opportunity to solve real life challenges. Last but not the least, academia collaboration also helps you prepare your internal learning and development programs. So, and that's the reverse issue here, right? You've got a bunch of people who've learned on the job, they've learned from the experience, they've been doing things in a particular way. Sometimes it's good to take a pause and send them back for a academic refresh, saying, okay, I've been doing it all this while in a particular way, but here is what the textbook says on such a subject. So I think it gives a very fresh perspective. People come back renovated, and we've tried that with our leaders at various levels. And I seriously see that it changes the way they think. It gives them a completely different way of looking at the same challenge. So I would say this
You're
would be
talking about the executive education.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Executive education, learning programs in partnership with academia. So that's another way in which a partnership with a academic institution can be leveraged. So these would be the three broad ways or ROIs.
Great. Dr. Mohanty, your views, your long-term vision for the university's relationship with the industry, and how will you measure the success and impact of these partnerships that you have with industry?
Yeah, because before I answer, I must appreciate sincerely from the Centurion University that the look or the perspective of industry collaboration with institutions have moved from transaction collaboration to strategy co-creative partnership. And
Yeah.
fortunately, we are lucky. Perhaps maybe more than 20 industry partners we have today. Those are physically present in our campus. But when I take, say, partnership meanings, they are physically here, set up the lab, facility, everything, which is actually being utilized by students for learning and also creation in terms of product and publications, patents. All of these are happening because of industry collaboration in Centurion University. And this is something has actually given an edge over creating again another more than 25 commercial products, which we have producing, which we are producing inside the campus. These are all basically production lab and which has been built in the collaboration of industry, and it's becoming a commercial now. We are manufacturing drone in our campus. We are manufacturing e-rickshaw. We are manufacturing a transformer and a lot of agri products. So this is something like giving a commercial value to university. At the same time, it's a real-time industry experience for the students, and faculty are the CEO of these entities. So it's creating, giving a culture of innovation. And so it's something like, I would say, put it as industry, university together have become a co-educator and co-researcher and also co-innovators. I mean, building new knowledge, transferring to the students and the youth, building competency, building research competency in terms of solving real-time problems and getting as an outcome of a publication, patent, and all that. And being a co-innovator, having this kind of production lab, which is in our university system, is giving real hands-on experience. So the metrics is very clear. Of course, it is like, graduate outcome is one of the metrics which we always look at. If you look at the collaboration in the form of research, then we look at joint patent, product development, and the projects that we are implementing in collaboration with industry. This is 1 hour assessment we do, plus the curriculum upgradation, which is a regular fashion in our institution and every year that we do, and we don't have a time limit for it. Whenever we feel we bring industry or we accept the changes that we need to bring in our curriculum. So these three important outcomes, we look at curriculum, we look at research translation in terms of patent and publication, and of course, graduate outcome. These are three important key metrics that we implement here to evaluate our partnership. And whatever MOU we sign with the industry, we see that this is an active partnership in terms of with a specific purpose for it. It is not an open like MOU. I mean, not knowing what exactly the outcome of this. So we are very clear about. And I must mention, and Rezi here, she is talking about renewable energy. We have Snyder as a collaboration with us. We have also Cleland, we have Dassault System, AWS, Yamaha, Hyundai, and a lot of industry partners who are physically present in our campus. I mean, that something is adding value to our learning ecosystem in the university. So once again, I want to sincerely appreciate the industry that, yes, they are coming forward and they're ready to collaborate, creating a kind of infrastructure within the university ecosystem, which will build the youth or the required competency within that youth, which will be ready for the market, whatever the purpose. So we never look at our industry collaboration as an employment opportunity. Be honest, many of the industry partners which we have currently, they don't recruit from us, but the lot of opportunity our students and faculty, they get it in the learning ecosystem, which has helped in getting placement in other industries. So it's no way it is looking at just an employment opportunity. We look at many other things in terms of co-creation, co-collaboration in terms of research and innovation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mohanty. Very comprehensive answer that was. So that brings us to the end of the conversation. It was lovely to have you both with us today, and we are very happy that as a platform, we are able to bring both the sides, the industry and academia, on a single platform to discuss the expectations that industry has and the academia has, and how we can fulfill it together. Thank you so much, Ruhie, for giving us time today. And thank you so much, Dr. Mohanty, for giving your time today to
My
us.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Bilquis.
you,
Thanks
Thank
for
Ruhie.
your
you.
time.
We
Hope
will
to
remain
have
in
you.
touch. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.